everything out. Okay, so if you look at it from technical analysis standpoint first, there is a box being made. Okay, Nifty has basically been range bound in this zone for a very long period of time. Nifty has been range bound in this zone, right? So there is no upward movement, there is no downward movement. In fact, this box, whatever this box is, it has started on March 2nd, and now we are basically sitting in 27th July, 25th July, and we're still here. So from March to 24th July, 25th July, we have not moved at all in the entire market. So it has created a box here, and we are currently in this box as of now. What was happening is, yes, the box is there, but if I go into a more deeper analysis, when I do technical analysis like this, I could also see that a trend line was being created here. So this is a region where a lot of support has been taken from the market. Can you see this? Every time the market comes to this trend line, there has been a support taking place. In fact, even yesterday, when the market took a nice beating, I thought the market is going to go and break even further. It took a very good support at the same trend line. Now, why is this important for me? Because I look at technical analysis as well before doing fundamental analysis. And if it breaks this trend line, it is going to create a problem for me, because then I know that, okay, now I need to maybe, be careful on new positions, or, take a short position, or, just go back into cash when we invest in our baskets as well, because we have our own baskets that we do, right? Fluid Q and Fluid C. So I have to be very careful when it comes to our baskets as well, that we don't take a lot of drawdown when it comes to this. But this is giving me a very scary sign. So it's better that I see a different action tomorrow. Maybe on Monday, hopefully the action should go back up like this, and we should break this zone. Until that, we will not see a very strong upside move. But if tomorrow we see an action like this, right, and it breaks this trend line, then we are going down to 23,000 first. The next level would be 23,000, and then it will be 22,000 directly. So then we have only two more support zones before we actually go down. So definitely not good, and that is what we are looking at right now. So Akash is asking a good question. Should I redeem my mutual fund? Akash, no, man. In fact, you should be adding into your mutual fund right now. Why would you redeem your mutual fund at this point? The whole idea of mutual fund is, when the NAV is lower, you accumulate more units, right? So when the NAV is low, like how it is right now, your job is to accumulate as many units as possible, so that when the NAV goes up in the future, because mutual funds will eventually go up in the future, you will make more money. So this is not a time to redeem your mutual funds. This is a time to put as much as you can and buy units, because don't give me a reason. Say if somebody comes and tells me I didn't make money in the next 3 years, I'll be very disappointed, because this is the time to basically take positions. Okay, so this is what's happening with Nifty. Let's quickly look at your other stuff. So this is gold bees. Let me remove that. Let me look at small cap index. So small cap index is basically telling me a different story, right? Small cap index is basically giving me a different story. If you see this here, 1 second, if I zoom out, you will see that small cap index basically came knocking on the door at all-time high. This was the all-time high, came to knock on the door, and then again took a rejection from that all-time high and kind of, right? So then you see that this has come down back to a zone, but it has taken a very good strong support from this zone as well, which is the same zone it has taken support multiple times. So if you see this here, right, if I actually draw the support zone over here, you will see it, that this kind of zone is where the support for small cap is being taken. And again, we see buyers have got activated at this zone for the second time. So I'm very excited for small cap, in fact, because see, number one is results are also coming good in small caps. We will look at that as well very quickly, but results are coming good in small cap. The fundamental backing is coming good in small cap. So I believe that the small caps and mid caps will be the forefront of returns in this year as compared to large cap. Large cap, I don't think will give good returns this year. Nifty 50, I don't think will give good returns this year, but I feel Nifty mid cap and Nifty small cap can give, only because if you look at HDFC Bank, TCS and Reliance, all three are absolutely flat at this point, right? So this is the index. And if I look, banking index also does not look very encouraging, mainly because of your HDFC Bank, even though PSU's bank gave it a good push, but does not seem very exciting, honestly, at this point, right? So this is something that I won't be, again, very happy about. I would have been happy later, but not right now. Now it doesn't seem very interesting. Coming to oil, this is what I'm not understanding. So as you can see, we track oil very closely in our company. mainly because this gives me a lot of idea of what's happening with the entire game, right? If you look at oil, first of all, I have no idea why oil went from 70 to 100 in no time. Now, yes, the tensions got escalated in Iran and they restarted doing all of that stuff, but I don't think that warranted oil to go from 70 to 100. That was what was shocking for me, honestly, that it went from 70 to 100 and there's no very big news coming for it to actually go to, uh, 100. So that was one problem. But whenever it goes up to 100, two things happen. And we saw this before. When oil goes up to 100, we have seen that Nifty starts going down and INR starts depreciating further. And we wanted to check that, and we saw exactly same price action happen. If you can see this and this, you will see a very similar trend, exactly similar trend. Can you see this? Yeah, very similar trend. See, what I'm showing you right now and why I'm showing you also know how I look at things, right? Obviously, I'm not perfect. I look at things and try to make sense of nonsense in this world. But how does this help me, right? When I look at USD, INR depreciating and oil going up and this depreciating, I already automatically know where I should position myself when it comes to investments, right? I will be more on, if I know that, oil is high and it'll be high for another, let's say 3 months or maybe 2 months, then I know I need to be involved in export oriented companies. For example, if you look at the textile industry is doing phenomenally well. If you look at the pharmaceutical industry, doing phenomenally well. Why? This is because the rupee depreciation is actually helping the textile industry, helping the pharmaceutical industry. So I know where I should be invested going forward. So that is basically how I would want to stay invested myself as well. Got it? Okay, let's go. I'm quite bullish on REC. Price action shows a big bullish move about to start. So Rushiraj, obviously I can't sit and give you targets on what is good and what is bad, because that's not allowed. But let me check price action. Honestly, I don't see any price action here. What price action are you seeing here? You said you want to go long for 520 price action. 520 is here. I mean, the only thing I see here is support, but I don't see signs of reversal. If I look at it on the weekly chart, I see support here. I don't see signs of reversal. And even if that happens, I think the first leg would be till 450 and then it would go to 540. So no idea, man. Maybe Rushiraj, just check it out a little bit close, a little bit more. Yeah. Coming to USD INR, yes, we are again back to weekly breakout of USD INR. If you see USD INR, we are back to weekly breakout, and this is not going to be very good for India if this goes on. And yes, as somebody said, we are close to century. I think we will hit century. I think this year or next year, very high chance we will hit century. So that is maybe going to happen. Yes, coming to gold and silver, don't worry, I'm not forgotten about gold. We will look at gold. Gold is currently at below 200-day moving average. If you see gold has come to its first support zone, which is $4,000 is the first support zone it is currently sitting at. So this is the first zone on gold. As you can see here, this will be the first support zone. And if you don't know about gold, gold has actually fallen down almost 27% from the top. Okay. Now, I know most of you think this is done and gold won't fall further. I have slightly different take on gold. I feel gold can fall only with data. So if I go to the weekly chart, you can see gold is pretty much like this on the weekly chart as well. Okay, so if I remove this price action, you will see gold is like this on the weekly chart. And what I've noticed with gold is whenever it does a very big rally, even in the past, if I look at the past, the usual drawdown even on a weekly time frame from the top has been 35% to 45%. So right now we have gone down on the weekly time frame somewhere around the same length. We have gone down around 25%. So maybe I believe we should come to this zone before taking a pause. And again, after it falls down, it doesn't go up immediately. It's not a stock. So it usually becomes range bound for most of the period, right? Like this. So almost 10 years, 5 years. This was 10-year period of range bound. So I think now because of this massive rally, I don't think gold will keep going up further. I think gold will come down maybe even to this point over a period of time and then just consolidate over this period of time, which is very good because it gives me a chance to start accumulating for the next 5 to 10 years. But I think the whole story of gold is basically over at this point. Coming to S&P 500, if I show you S&P 500 on the daily chart, you will see that the US market is doing absolutely phenomenally well. Absolutely no problem with US market, even though there is all this semiconductor problem and a lot of semiconductor stocks are falling, which is obvious. I'm also seeing that. But I think the long-term story is still intact. If you look at the SMH, which is your semiconductor index, this is also now come back to its support zone. So this is the support zone of 540. So it is basically doing a price action here, which is fine, because basically what happened, it went up too fast. Now it's taking a price action here. It might take a support here and start going up again. But if it breaks this support, then we'll come back to 420. But both situations are pegged out. And if you look at VanEck SMH, it usually does this. So I'll actually put it on the weekly time frame. You'll be able to see it more clearly. This is how it looks from a weekly time frame, right? So it's always been a long-term compounder. And if you look at it from a monthly time frame, and I feel the AI story is not over. From a monthly time frame, it has actually come to a very good point. But I feel that it has not. The AI story is not over, because if I look at Google, I don't know how many of you all saw Google, right? So if you look at Google, they have actually given a very good result, 82% growth on the cloud revenue. But Google kind of fell down, and I don't even think too much when it comes to Google, because I look at Google as a very crazy company over a long period of time. So any fall is an opportunity in my eyes of Google, and I feel this is just the beginning, right? Same Tesla, on the other hand, fell down quite a bit. It was a very bad result, and I don't think anything exciting is happening in Tesla. And Tesla was trading in this range for a very long period of time. Now it has broken that range also. So it is scary. And coming to SpaceX, one big mistake I did, I should have taken a short on SpaceX. I didn't take a short, even though I knew it would fall. Yeah, so this was my first zone of IPO based breakout on the breakdown, not breakout, breakdown. I wanted to take a short position here, but I didn't do it. And now I regret it. And now it's gone down, broke this zone also. Now it's only going down. So now it's in a beautiful negative channel, and I don't think this will stop. Only problem is the reversal will be very fast when it actually does. How to take a short position? There are many ETFs, not options and futures. There's just normal ETFs. There is SpaceX, short ETF as well, and that is something you can look at. But yeah, this is the US market. Max 7, I think, is a good dip strategy right now, because Max 7 is the top 7 companies of US. Can't doubt them too much, and whenever they go down, it's an opportunity to add up more. Coming to South Korean index, the index of ants. Now South Korea, they have been sitting with massive leverage, and that is what has taken a big problem. Now the massive leverage has actually played out in the opposite side, and their index had gone up like no tomorrow. If you just look at 2026 Jan, say, right, just from here, their index went up 117%. And obviously there's going to be some profit booking coming in at that point, and that has happened. But Kospi is coming to its first support zone, and right now it is at that support zone itself. So a lot of markets now are sitting at support zone. The way I see it, including Nifty 50 is at support zone, Kospi is at support zone, the semiconductor index is at a support zone, gold is at a support zone. So this is very crucial, because two things can happen from this point. One, from the support zone, we can see a reversal, and the reversal is always strong and good. Second, if there is a breakdown, then boss, another 1-2 months, we are going into a bad territory. So that is why I said this is very careful, be very careful, because you need to be on the lookout, right? We are all on the same support lines across. That is why even we are looking at everything very carefully. I'm not worried, but we're just keeping a very close eye on things. The only thing that I really like that has actually done well in all of this, I would say, is Nasdaq and even Dow Jones index. Nasdaq is also the support zone, but it has done much better. And DJI, this has actually done much better, because this is an industrial index. It has nothing to do a lot with tech. So this is the only thing that I see which is pretty decent compared to S&P 500 and Nasdaq, right? So that is what the whole technical analysis is. Before we move ahead, let's quickly look at some results that have come out. Yes. So some interesting results we'll talk about. One is E2E gave a very good result, but already everything is priced in with E2E. So that is something I would not appreciate. It's too expensive for me to enter. Geo Financial I would not look at. Eternal actually gave a very good result. Honestly, I was not expecting that, but the problem is giving such premium for this company is just absolutely insane. Yes, there will be a time when this company will suddenly give massive PAT growth, but I'm not a big fan of Eternal right now. HFCL gave a great result, but so also I've been seeing the market in the last few days. I don't know if you guys have observed this, but it's been a very weird market. Whenever a good result comes out, the stock is falling down. Have you noticed that as well? So many results came out well, and the stock has actually fallen down. So HFCL gave a very good result, but the stock hit lower circuit. Like, look at this. I didn't understand that at all. Like, it gave a very good result, but stock hit lower circuit. And we had HSCL in our fluid momentum basket as well. So that becomes again a big issue, right? Same with Sterlite Tech, gave a very good result, but very high valuation, right? Let's look at some more interesting results. Lotus Labs came yesterday. Lotus Labs result was again good, and Lotus Labs I think currently has the strongest chart in the market. Look at this. If you look at it from a technical analysis standpoint, it is just a beauty to watch. This is strongest chart. In fact, so many companies are currently at strongest chart. You have this. This is another company we are tracking. Akums is doing really well. See, again, very strong chart. Just coming out of its first resistance zone. So if it comes out of its first resistance zone, then there's a good upside to be captured here as well, right? My TA on rec, it was trading below 200, recently crossed the MA. It has retested those levels. Yeah, so Rushiraj, that's what I said, right? So there is no clear sign that it is a reversal. It has taken a bounce from the support, but it can also consolidate over a period of time. We don't know, right? So that is what I'm saying. So just be careful, because confirmation of reversal has not happened. It has taken support, that has happened. So that is what I'm saying. Just be careful when you look at these things when you're investing. Yeah, coming back to the results. Groww has given a good result, good attractive result. Bajaj Auto, all auto companies have given very, very good result. Acuitas gave a good result, but I just saw Acuitas recently broke down. Also, I think too much was factored in. It's a great company, nothing wrong with this. But if you see, Acuitas recently gave a breakdown. Let me show you this chart. Yeah, so recently gave a breakdown. So hopefully this breakdown doesn't go longer and actually goes back up as well, right? Sona BLW, very good, no problem. They're actually working in robotics, which very few people actually know. Yeah, and some gold companies are also doing well. So many good, as I told you, mid cap and small cap, I'm seeing a lot of good results coming, but large cap, I'm not seeing anything encouraging, honestly, coming right now. So that is something that we are also, what do you call that, very nicely looking at this point. Awesome. So let's check Bitcoin also, just in case. Bitcoin has been battered to another level. It is still quite bad, honestly. It is still bad. So that is also bad. So everything is on that edge, I would say. And if you look at S&P 500, also is on an edge. Everything's on an edge at this point. So nothing is very clear cut. India, yes, only few sectors. And I keep telling, this is a stock pickers market at this point. It is not a very easy trading market, because good result comes, market falls down. Something and all is happening, but I would say it's a stock pickers market, because if you find good value companies, this is the best time to start buying those value companies as well. Okay, chalo, let's do one thing, guys. Like what we did last week, I want you guys to give me names of companies. I will take 4 names, put on the poll. Whatever poll gets the highest vote, public demand, I'm not going to skew the vote. Whatever vote comes the highest, we will do a quick deep dive on that company. If I've already read the company, even better, but if I've not read it, I will read it with you, like as if I'm doing the first time. Okay, so I hope you guys are ready for it. So I want you guys to put names of companies here, and I will choose the company and I will put it here as well, so you can start putting companies here. Okay, this is an interesting company. Let us check this out. Start a poll. Okay, one company I've got. Give me another company, guys. Some interesting companies. Come on, anything interesting, anything nice. Give me some nice. Can you show your fib settings? No, man, I don't use fib so much. I use more of moving. I'm more of a moving average kind of guy. I don't like fib so much, right? Bajaj Housing is good. I don't think we need to look more into it. I don't think IT should be looked at right now. Yeah, we can do this. Okay, what else? I need 2 more. I've got 2. I need 2 more. I can't do micro cap and small cap companies, guys, because I don't want to take that risk with people. So if preferred, large and mid, even mid is okay. Large and mid is very interesting. I would suggest that. Okay, we'll take 1 more. Oh, yeah, we can do this also. Okay, guys, I've got the 4 companies. I'm going to start the poll. And I want all of you guys to vote. It doesn't cost you any money to vote, so please vote. And in the meantime, for all the people who are here, I can see that I have only 7 likes on this stream. So please click on the like button so that you can push some likes. And for all the people who are here for the first time, who have never seen my face, but you like the content till now, you can also subscribe. Don't worry, we don't spam from any angle, right? So basically, the 4 companies that we have put right now on the poll is Groww, because a lot of people asked Groww, Lotus Lab, Craftsman Auto, and Aeroflex. So we're going to take one company today, and we're quickly going to do some quick research on this company and try to understand what is happening in that. And we will do some deep dive analysis as well on this. So I want you guys to put in your votes, because every vote matters. I see only 85 people have voted on a stream of 250 people. So come on, guys. Come on, come on, come on. Quickly vote, and then we'll be done. I'm not going to give more than 1 minute to vote. Fast, fast, fast. Yeah. Till then, I'm still looking at some questions that you guys have. Come on, quickly finish the voting so that we can start the research, because I love doing research. So let's quickly start the research as well. Pharma stocks, all of them, Suman, Dr. Suman, all of them are actually at good valuation. Nothing is at bad valuation today. Even now, they are at very attractive valuation. So I think you should check that out as well. Yeah. Okay, chalo, let's go. I think all the votes are in. By far, clearly the highest number of votes are with Groww. So let's do a quick deep dive. And it's also given result recently. So first, let's start with technical analysis. Then we'll go to fundamental analysis. All clear? Okay. First things first, before we go ahead with this, let me talk about this industry first. Okay. So this industry, whether it is asset management industry, which is AMCs, whether it is your mutual fund distributor type industry, distributor industry, where you have Prudent, where you have Anand Rathi distribution, and then you have the broker set, which is like Groww, Angel One, Motilal Oswal, all of them are brokers, right? Which is basically comes under the capital market space. If you ask me, all of these companies are going to have a very good run in the next 4 to 5 years. I'll tell you why. Because we all know that they make a lot of money when the market is going up. Do you agree? Because when the market goes up, the mutual fund AUM goes up, the expense ratio is the same. So they make more money on the expense ratio, the results go up, brokerage income goes up, including your BSC, including NSC, all of them. I'm talking about the whole capital market set, right? So they only go up when the market is flying, and they kind of consolidate when the market is not, going up aggressively. So I believe that today is a very good time to enter the capital market space, because when this growth comes in the next 4 to 5 years, at that time you will see a massive boom in the entire growth of all of these companies. So I'm just telling you guys that the entire sector is amazing. So please keep an eye out on this sector. Okay. So technical analysis wise, I think Groww is pretty flat. I think because of the valuation, but Groww is pretty flat. And if I go and do some fundamental analysis here, so Groww is sitting at 1.26 lakh market cap company. So it is already a large cap company. Please look at this very carefully. And if we will compare this also, and we will understand the different segments that are there. But if you look at this company, it is sitting at 1,26,000 company. Now, I know a lot of people look at brokers today as a broker. And I want to remove this myth from your mind that brokers don't make money only from brokerage in today's world. Okay, whether you take Groww, whether you take Angel One, whether you take Motilal Oswal, they are not making crazy amount of money only from brokerage, right? They have diversified themselves very beautifully in this world. In fact, right now, most of them are still making money from lending. I don't even know how many of you all knew that. But let's understand this a little bit. It is sitting at 52p, which is not bad. Obviously, very good ROE and ROCs. Free cash flows are smaller, and PEG ratio means the growth is still there. Let's understand this with their results. Okay. So if you look at the yearly profit and loss statement, as you can see here, the sales are quite good. No problem with the sales. They are a profitable business, quite profitable, because every finance company is usually very, very profitable. If you look at the quarterly results, especially the recent quarters, they have started doing really well. So last quarter was 904, this quarter is 1,500. So if you look at the OPM is only going up, right? And if you look at the PAT, 378 crores to 735 crores. So this is a company that has done phenomenally well when it comes to this. Now, I also understand most of you think that this is a company that is growing because of brokerage. It is not growing because of brokerage. Let me show you that as well. Okay. So if I go to the PPT, which is the investor presentation, you will see this as well. Come down. Yeah, so this has been growing, I think, no doubt on the compounding nature of this business. And I still believe that this business is going to fly when the market flies, which is going to happen very soon. The market has not blown up yet. So when the market actually blows up, this company will fly even more. Okay. Coming to this, this is fine. All this is fine. Yeah. So our market share, I think they have 14% stake in the entire mutual fund industry, 15% in the market share of retail. MTF, they're slowly growing. Remember this number, 3775 crores. Just remember this number and see how it has grown from last year to this year. It has gone from 1,000 to 3,000. Now, most of you guys must be thinking, in such a bad market, the market has been flat in the last 1 year. Who is this person taking MTF? You know what MTF is, right? Taking loan from the broker, taking margin from the broker, paying 1% interest per month, and you take any kind of position in the hope that you'll make 2-3% from that, right? On leverage. If you lose the money, then you have to pay 1% and you lose the money as well. The MTF book has gone up 3.5 times in the last 1 year, and the market has gone nowhere in the last 1 year. So if you see, F&O income went down, but MTF income is basically flying like there's no tomorrow, right? So that is something that is very interesting. And let's look at the income space. So if you see the equity derivatives, okay, which is your F&O, has gone from 56% to 52%. So if the biggest income starts going down, then obviously you will say that, okay, the Shashank, the profit should also go down, but the profit is still increasing. Why is that? Because if you see, the MTF book has actually started going up much more. It has become almost 8% right now. And even LAS, which is loan against securities, which is even further when it comes to that, has also increased. These are all like 3%, 6%. They've actually started going up a lot. And that is something we are going to look at even more further, right? Commodity derivatives also, they're growing. That is only because, I would say, because of gold commodity trading that actually happened. Groww AMC AUM. Yeah. So another thing is Groww also has AMC. Now, what is AMC? Stocks is there, brokerage income is there, all the broking part is there. Then they also have an AMC. What is AMC? AMC is basically mutual funds, and they usually have direct ETFs kind of a thing, right? So they have mutual funds, they have ETFs, and what they get some kind of an expense ratio on all of these ETFs. So every time this AUM is growing, look at the AUM is growing, right? Every time this AUM grows, they will make, let's say, 0.5% or 1% of this AUM. And that is how a growth basically starts kicking into this company as well. So now they have a lot of different funds. They have mid cap fund, small cap fund, and all of that. But this is another growth driver, because now, as I said, the market has not gone up yet. The day the market goes up, this AUM also will double and triple. So not only will they get incoming AUM, they will also have AUM growth. So both will trigger this, and they make, let's say, 0.5 or 1% of this, which itself is around 54 crores that is coming in just from this business per quarter, which is unbelievable, right? Which is crazy. So then we have broking, we have AMC, right? And then you saw MTF book is growing. Now MTF book now is very, very interesting. See this. We saw increased contribution from NPF and commodity derivatives. The MTF book is growing a lot. Now, let me tell you one more thing. They have actually done the MTF funding in a very different way. So if you look at, I was doing this yesterday as well. So look at this, okay? I'll go to the MTF. So MTF basically means margin traded facility. So the broker has to also take the loan from somewhere, right? Has to fund the cash from somewhere. So if I look at the borrowings pretty much is flat, right? 292 crores. The other liabilities, which is called trade payables, is at 8,000 crores, and the trade payables have gone up quite a bit. Now, for a broker, having trade payables is a little different. Now, why I'm showing you this is, if I go to another broker, let's say Angel One, who is also growing in the same speed from MTF book. So even this company is growing mainly because of MTF. And if you look at this company's balance sheet over here, you will see that the borrowings are up to 7,900, and it's all other borrowings, which is basically your MTF book is growing. So they're borrowing it and they are lending it to the people. And they also have other liabilities growing, trade payables at the same time. Now, what this usually means is they'll have some subsidiary where it is the lending subsidiary separate, and that is where they're doing it. So I'm assuming Groww also has the same thing. And what we do is we go inside the care rating thing here, and we'll search for MTF to try to find whether it's a subsidiary or not. Because look, they have scaled the book to almost 5,000, 6,000 crores. So if they've scaled it, they have to do it from some subsidiary, right? So let us see this. So operation scale to 2,300 as of 2025. Another material subsidiary, Groww Credit Serve Technology Private Limited, GCS. So they have two technologies. They have two subsidiaries. One is Groww Invest Tech Private Limited, which is the lending broker, and then they have the credit company, which is the NBFC arm. Serves as the NBFC arm, financial company, offering unsecured personal loans, loan against mutual fund. Loan book is this much, and everything is coming here. Now, also you need to understand that not all brokers can increase the loan book via cash, okay, because they can't fund it all themselves. Now, whenever you take loan from the market, you have some kind of borrowings to be given to the market as well. Right now, it looks like Groww is not taking a lot of money from the market. They're funding it from internal revenues that they currently have. But that also will come to a point where they can't fund it from internal renewals. They will have to start taking money from the market. They will have to start issuing bonds of their own. And once they start issuing bonds of their own, then that would basically go up as well. So it is growing its on book lending business through subsidiaries, and it has scaled up the broking up. So whatever money they're making from the broking business, they're boosting it into the MTF business, and they're taking the lending amount and growing it that way, right? Many people don't do that. Many people go take some short-term loans and they do that. And that is what we saw with Angel One, where we saw that a short-term loan was kicked in at that point, right? So very interesting. That is what I told you, right? So this is a very, very interesting company, good company. Only problem is I feel that the market cap has reached a very, very insane valuation. Not valuation, but more on the market cap. But think about it, they are also one of the fastest growing brokers in India. And because they're growing so much, they have found a way to get one user and then make money from 4 or 5 different ways from that user, right? They will give him an AMC also. They will tell him to buy regular funds also. They will do brokerage with him. They will do F&O with him. They will give loan against securities. Every single thing will come in the same boat, right? And all brokers are doing this. If you look at Angel One, they also did something similar, and that is why you see Angel One also was growing a lot in the last few things. And Angel One is still undervalued from a very, very big one, right? If you see Motilal, they gave a very good result. Again, undervalued. Motilal has always been undervalued only. But we had a 7% drop, and the volumes were insane, which mostly indicates that some very big fund has basically taken an exit on the result day, and that is basically what it looks like. But long-term perspective, I mean, all of these guys are not a problem, because Motilal Oswal also has wealth management, which your Groww doesn't have. But Groww is now entering wealth management. I think they have launched something called W, which is coming into wealth management. So that is another growth driver that can start, because if you look at all of these companies, which is your Prudence, which is your Anand Rathi, 361, Novama, beautiful companies, all of them are growing their wealth book. And once the wealth book starts growing, the revenue starts going up quite a bit, right? So if you look at even Motilal, it has gone from 700 crores to 9,300 crores in the last 10 years. That's insane compounding on the top line, and bottom line also has gone up 10x, right? And obviously the stock price will also reflect the same level of growth, right? Only thing is, because the lot of loans are also going, that is where the difference is coming. Yes, Anand Rathi is the best in wealth management segment. That is because there's a difference between Anand Rathi and other companies. Other companies have private wealth management distribution, they have housing finance, they have MTF, they have LAS. If you look at Anand Rathi, they have just lending. They have just distribution. They don't do any lending, pending, and all of that. So pure revenue they make, and they are one of the largest mutual fund distributor. They sell a lot of regular funds, which is not a big problem. I know there's a lot of talk in the market about direct versus regular. I believe that's basically stupid. Regular funds are absolutely fine, because a lot of people make money from the market only, right? So if you look at Anand Rathi, it has been a goat when it comes to performing, only because they don't have any lending book and all of that, right? So they don't have any interest, right? They don't have any depreciation, and whatever money they make on the top line, most of that money goes into the bottom line. So if you look at this quarter, they made 300 crores. The bottom line is 150 crores. You have 50% conversion to profit after tax. And obviously they are EPS heavy, very good. They don't dilute their equity for no reason. After IPO, they're not diluted at all. In fact, it's the other way around. They have started giving very good dividends, and they've also started doing a lot of they've started doing a lot of buybacks. So if you see this, they've done bonus. They just announced a bonus also. So they've done bonus issue, they've done buybacks, and they've done bonus again. And if you see the dividends, they give very, very good dividends as well. So yeah, this is a GOAT company. Only thing is the valuation is very high, but this is an absolute gem of a company. Another company is similar to this, I would say, is Prudent. very small market cap still, 10,000 crores. This is also mutual fund plus tech. So it is a tech that empowers mutual fund distributor. And I believe that this whole mutual fund industry only will go up 2x, 3x, 4x in the next few years, right? Because once the market starts going up, all the mutual funds will do well, AMCs will do well, and the guys who sell regular funds will also do well. The guys who sell direct funds also will do well. Everyone wins at the end of the day. So Prudent is not just in mutual funds, they're also in insurance, stockbroking, everything, right? And if you look at this company right now, they've been flat from the last 1.5 years. The stock price has been flat, but sales has been growing. So that opportunity has started coming into the picture where the top line is growing, but the stock price is flat, and the P is basically P compression is happening. So the P was very high, and 82 say it has gone down to 54, which is now 43, which basically shows that the numbers have basically gone up. Your revenue numbers have gone up, but the the P numbers have not expanded yet. So give it some time. This is also a company that converts free cash flow. So if you look at this, it is converting almost 348 to 75. So it converts free cash flow, it converts to PAT also, and this is a scale business. The more the scale happens, the more it works. And another thing that I've noticed with Prudent, they buy a lot of mutual fund companies. That is also happening now. So a lot of what do you call that? Mutual fund distributors are getting bought out. And I think for the next 5 years, a lot of mutual fund companies will get bought out, because earlier, a lot of MFDs were single MFDs. Let's say I'm a guy who has 500 crore AUM, 1000 crore AUM. So someone wants to come and take all of these out. And it's not just Prudent. A lot of other companies are also doing this acquisition, because if I want to build the next, let's say Motilal Oswal with such a big AUM, today it is not possible for me to do it. But the fastest way to do it is to just go buy companies, right? So look at this. You can see it from the chairman. He had said that we see strong acquisition opportunities ahead, and they started buying a lot of. So for example, they bought Indus Capital Mutual Fund Distribution business. Now see this, how this works, right? This mutual fund business, basically, I think it was a 2000 crore. Yeah, the AUM was 2000 crores. So usually a mutual fund distributor makes around 0.6 to 1%. That means mostly it's 0.6 ish. So that means they were making, let's say 20 crores. I'm saying highest is 20 crores, around 16 crores to 20 crores they were making. This company making 20 crores of revenue top line has got sold for 123 crores. 20 crores of top line going for 123 crores is almost 6x to 7x multiple, or usually from what I know in the industry, the AUM, the acquisitions usually go at 6 to 8% of the AUM. So whatever your AUM is, people pay you 6% of that AUM to buy your company out. And this is what happened. And Prudent basically just starts continuously buying such companies, and they take all the revenue in this, because that's how they're growing at this point, right? Beautiful business, because this has not even started growing. The minute market starts flying, these companies will also fly at the same time. So it is going to be wonderful. Again, a lot of opportunities today. All right. Another company that gave good result was Tips. I don't know how many of you all saw Tips. I keep tracking Tips. I really like it. I don't have investments in this, because I invest only in like small cap and micro cap. But this is a nice company, because the P finally came down. It was very expensive. The P ratio was insanely expensive. As you can see here, it was sitting at 75. It has come down to 41, which is a very, very, very positive sign. And obviously the results were also very good this quarter. As you can see, it has gone up by 20% and pretty good results overall. And I'm in the content industry, so I understand how Tips works, because I don't believe that the music will be useless in the future. And they get royalties on everything. So even if tomorrow Instagram uses their music and some reel becomes viral because of that music, they actually get commission on that. So it is a pure cash business. As you can see here, beautiful margins, cash flow. And they again announced a buyback. So they had a buyback here. Now they recently announced another buyback, if I'm not wrong. Where did that go? Yeah, consider buyback. Okay. So they're again considering another buyback. So these are some very interesting companies, obviously, for you to look at. Yes, SBI funds also good. So I don't look at SBI funds as just SBI funds. All the fund management companies. You talk about HDFC AMC. Okay. It is a large cap company, 36p. That means not very expensive, right? And if you look at this company in the last whatever years, it will always compound, because I believe that in the next 20 years, if you're saying mutual fund industry will grow or Indian market will grow, these companies will grow. Whether it's Axis AMC, whether it's mutual fund, HDFC AMC, any AMC that is there will grow. Only problem is not many are listed. For example, I know for a fact HDFC is there. Another very strong company is Nippon. Nippon is actually I mean, it was quite low, but it did really well this year. I mean, this year the market has given minus 3-4% returns, but this company has given 37% returns. Even though the mutual fund industry has not gone up, this company has gone up. So again, this didn't move. If you see from 2017 to 2023, this company didn't move because not much of AUM was growing for this company. After that, they started growing because Nippon India, only their small cap fund was very good in the past. But now Nippon India has come with a lot of ETFs. All the ETFs are mostly Nippon. The gold B is the pharma index, everything. And Nippon India's multi-asset also has come in. That is also very good. So a lot of these mutual funds are doing well. And you can see that after the particular period of 2023, you will see the growth has started coming in. Till 2023, the stock price also didn't move. Now you see the growth. So it is just beautiful. But if you want low risk is HDFC, because HDFC is goated on many places, right? I would say even the best flexi cap fund is not PPFAS, it would be HDFC flexi cap. In mid cap, HDFC mid cap is one of the best funds over 10-year history, like pedigree ke saath. So a lot of things are there, but these are like cash rich companies. You can't go wrong with them. Same with SBI also. SBI is also very, very, very strong. Already large cap, right? Just came out with an IPO, as you guys know. But this is also a very strong compounder. If you look at the compounding, you'll understand that this company is also a massive compounder. Look at this. Just look at the compounding on the bottom line, right? But these are not fast movers. If you want thrill and excitement in life, these are not those type of companies. Those are different companies. These are companies that will give you money over a long period of time. That is what these companies will do. Okay. Okay, let's do one thing. Let's quickly take some Q&A because I think we're already at 45-minute mark. I don't want to bore a lot of you guys on this date. Let's quickly take some Q&A from the audience. Any doubts, any questions? We'll do some Q&A. Is this so blurred? Okay. Yes, guys, you can ask me any questions. We'll do a small Q&A round and then we'll cut off because I don't want to waste too much of your time. Okay. What about your small case? Can you tell about it? A small case is nothing but I'm the fund manager. I have a basket of stocks that I will recommend. Somebody subscribes to that basket. They pay a fixed fee and they subscribe to that basket. And depending on that, they make money or don't make money. That's how it works. We have multiple baskets. Let me quickly show you if you want. So basically, we have a quant basket. Quant basket is a momentum basket, high risk basket. Then we have a fundamental basket, which is a longer term basket. Luckily, market has been horrible. I think all of us can agree. But this has actually beat both the baskets. I mean, touch wood has beat all indexes. So when I try to compare it with, let's say, equity 50 is minus 6% since the day we started. This small case is 11% up, and multi-cap also it has beat. And then let me refresh it once more. So I look at this a lot. Even if I look at the mid cap, I have a beat. If I look at small cap, I have a beat. So large, mid, anything, any index, every index, this has beat. And same with the fundamental. Fundamental is more Nifty 500 comparison because we have large cap, mid cap, and small cap, which is usually this. So this also has pretty much beat almost everything only. But yeah, obviously it has not been an easy year. So a lot of people think beating index is easy. It is the hardest thing you can ever do in your life. And luckily we've been good at fund management this year and we've done a good job, and not just Fluid C and Fluid Q. So we have mutual fund baskets also. So we have made a 10-year mutual fund basket, 3-year mutual fund basket that has also beat the index. We have a thematic basket called Bharat 2050, which is only for companies that are going to stay invested for a long period of time for 2050. So these are like the multi-bagger companies. This will have a lag-ended growth, but Nifty 50 obviously it has beat. But if you look at Nifty mid cap, it has beat. Nifty small cap, it is lagging by 1%. And if you look at the stocks, they are mostly 70% small cap. So we're actually lagging by 1%. But I'm not too worried because these are companies for long term. So we don't do a lot of what do you call that, changing on these companies. But yeah, those are small cases. If you want to take them, you can. You can use a code called SAVE20, SAVE20, and I think that should help. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's not been an easy year even for me to manage the money. And the worst part is I can't invest in my own small cases because of SEBI rules. I can't invest in my own small cases. Had I invested in my own small cases, this portfolio is actually done better than my personal portfolio. Sadly, I cannot do that. What else? Stock market for 10 years, I think don't worry about it, man. I think the next 3 years only you'll see a massive rally. I think we're there. We're at that point. As one builds his portfolio now, what should one consider? Which sectors? Today, if you ask me, for this year, because the sectors are changing very fast in India. Like 3 months ago, it was auto, and then auto changed. Now again, things have changed. If you ask me right now, defense is doing well, pharma is doing well. I think these are the only two sectors that are decently doing well. And obviously, capital markets is something I'm very aggressive on. US small case, they are going to launch. Small case itself has not launched it yet, but they have informed us managers to be ready that they're going to launch US small case very fast. And I have made everything ready. I am also talking to Vested because Vested already has these small cases. So I'm in talks with Vested to see if I can launch a basket there before small case as well. So let me get back to you on that. But we have a strategy ready because we do a lot of US investing already. I have the strategy ready. It's going to be a mix of fundamental, mix of ETFs, mix of momentum, all three mix for long term, a low churn basket. But we're doing one for US, getting it ready. And this is the right time to buy US stocks because it is falling so much. But yeah, I'm talking to Vested as well, and I'm talking to small case as well. So let's see. PPFAS not holding back on IT. They keep buying. What might be the reason? Because I don't see any value in it unless and go out or buy. So look, I don't think you can judge PPFAS like how you would judge a stock picker or a PMS, right? They're mutual funds. They're not playing 6 months, 3 months, 1 year game. They're playing for the next 5 years. And always they play like a contra fund. They're buying IT at very low valuations today. They'll have the best cost of acquisition. Tomorrow when IT goes up, all other fund managers will buy, but these guys would have bought it at the lowest rate. And they usually try to hold these for a long period of time. So they play contra. So if you like that style of playing, which has never changed, they've never changed their style, then it's okay, right? You only bought because it took the right cash call. That is why you bought it. Tell about Kaplan. Kaplan is a wonderful company, man. I can't go too deep into it because, one of good holdings of mine. But Kaplan's a very good company. They are debt free. They will never take debt. According to the management, they're very scared of debt, and it'll continue to do well over a period of time. And they're not given any reason to sell also. Like if you look at the fundamentals, when has it ever gone down? See, stock price is secondary. वो तो ऊपर नीचे जाता है, उसका nature ही है. But fundamentals is the key. Fundamentals, they've never screwed up on the growth. So as long as the growth is coming in, how do you care? Okay, let's take one last question, guys, before we quit. Good research today. Can there be a crash because of AI bubble as seen in Kospi? First things first, the Kospi crash is not because of AI bubble. Please understand why and what has happened. The Kospi crash was because of people in Korea were taking leverage, like as if they are going to live only for the next 5 days. That type of leverage. They've sold their house and taken loans to invest in the market because they thought that the index has gone up 100% and it'll keep going up from here. And index has gone up 100%. I would be running away from the market, not investing in the market at that point. So the whole reason why the entire Kospi went up so much was because of the leverage and the additional leverage in the ecosystem. So if you look at the Kospi market, it has gone down 50%. But the AI stocks sitting in US, they have not, the index only has not gone down by 50%. Yes, many AI stocks have gone down quite a bit. But that is because these guys were buying leveraged ETFs like there was no tomorrow. Right? SK Hynix was their biggest bet, and SK Hynix also fell down. But if you ask me long term, is this thesis wrong? No, the thesis is absolutely right. Google has so much demand for compute, and I'm using Google a lot. I'm using Claude a lot. We know we're all using it. They don't have compute, and the models are becoming more and more stronger, more and more heavier, and they need more compute as soon as possible. So all this is not happening. So that is why I think this is not a dead story. It is a very long story, and it'll keep continuing. How to join the 7-bar group? Vaishnavi, at this point, 7-bar group is closed. There is no way to join it at this point. Maybe after 3 months, when we open the mobile app, I think we're coming out with an app. I think once the app is live, only then we will start enrollments again. But from the last 3 months, 7-bar is actually closed. So nobody can join in. And whoever goes out also cannot join back in again. So it is completely closed. So even if people don't come back into the group, then they can't enter the group again. And we will only start it once the app is live, maybe after 2-3 months. Okay. Chalo, let's take one last question, guys, before we close the session. Okay. Sun Pharma advanced research, bro, that was just a one-time gain. Don't get too excited about it. It is not a long-term story. It was a one-time gain. What about Telegram? Should I close my YT membership? No, Telegram also we have closed. You come back to YT membership. Everything we're posting it back here because a lot of people complained that Telegram was difficult for them to look at and they didn't know how to look at the YouTube views, YouTube videos that we used to make. So I think it's better to come back to this side, man, honestly. Buy, sell or hold? I would say buy. I mean, you should never sell. But buy, sell or hold, I would say buy only. How about fluid members? What about fluid members, Prashant? I didn't understand. What is your question on fluid members? Do you study footprints data on volume? No, man. I don't do day trading. I don't do intraday and day trading. I'm more of a swing trader and a long-term trader. I think fluid members can keep YT membership because we don't share everything that we put on YT membership. That's a different audience. In fluid small case, I think you already, if you are a part of any small case, there is a WhatsApp group that you are added into. If you have not been added, send me an email on support@shashankudupa.co.in. We will add you to that WhatsApp group because there we give you updates about the small case, all the stocks inside the small case, right? SBI AMC is good, Vijay. We spoke about it. It is quite good, not a problem at all. Yeah. Can't wait for tomorrow. Yeah, man. Even I can't wait for tomorrow. It's going to be a fun session tomorrow. I think we're meeting at 6 p.m. So I think that's going to be absolutely amazing. And we're also launching the academy. So I think all of you guys will be super excited to join. Awesome. Chalo guys, I think that is it for today's session. It's been a very long session. It's been 53 minutes. But again, thank you all for watching this. First of all, did you guys enjoy this today? Did you guys enjoy the research today? The reason why we do this is so that you get a lot of knowledge in the market. If I had to rephrase what we did today, in the first 15 minutes, we looked at all the indexes, India, US, all the micro indexes in India as well. That was what we did in the start of this session. After that, we went and deep dive into Groww. We looked at Prudent. We looked at mutual fund industry, AMCs, every single thing. And then we did some Q&A. So it's a lot of learning that we do on these weekends. It is priceless the way I see it. And obviously free for all of you guys, so whoever's watching. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you guys like this. I know I can't do this every week, but I will try to do it once in 2 weeks. Like last 2 weeks we did it. So I'll try to do it once in 2 weeks where we can sit and learn like this all the time. Okay. Chalo guys, awesome. I will see you guys soon. Take care. Bye. And I will see you guys for all the people who are coming to the ETF webinar today. I will see you guys at 7 p.m. for the ETF webinar. Okay. Chalo, bye. Take care.